Assalamu alaikum. This is the Advanced Comparative Constitutional Advocate Gurrez King. Today I'm going to raise a landmark judicial question, as I always raise a lot of the questions, especially in reliance with the females' rights in the Pakistan. There are several challenges with the rights of the females in Pakistan, the optimal challenges of the females' rights in the Pakistan, internal issues of the body, and the external issues of the uh, physical and mental approach of a female in Pakistan. After observing the fluctuating battles of the said females in question round about 1 decade of the law practice, I observed that we have observed, and I have witnessed myself, that it is a very prevailing custom and precedent the humans have observed by their self, that we are Pakistani and we are proud of that. When we observe prima facie on the face of record that in the Middle East countries the females are suffering out of the vulnerable challenges, and we are basically facing such challenges in the territorial jurisdiction of the Pakistan. And meanwhile, what we have to understand, the property areas of the subordinations of the provisional orders of the subordinations of the male dominant societies. Why I always raise such questions that male dominant societies in the Middle East have some constructive neglected sorts of the challenges with the reciprocating areas of the rights of the females. We have to observe such facts of the existence, because if no one is trying to observe that the females have no reciprocating area of observations of the rights of the human basic hydrated channels of living, executing to the oxygen level, incrementing forces to their living standards in the said societies, we have to observe such factual disobedience of the male dominant society. Today it is another fact of meta existential area, that when we just observe prima facie that the females have a large number of the reproductive growth ratio in the Middle East countries, especially in the Pakistan. And I want to acknowledge another receipts of accounts of the remaining areas of the intellectual thoughts of the reproductive over neglected females, statutory non-regulatory authority orders, that we have to understand such facts of existence under the brutalized area of the females' rights, the operative standing concurrent mechanisms of the reliability of the challenges of such females, which have not been observed by the male dominant societies. So if a female become subjected with the multiple social neglected challenges of the constitutional litigations thereafter, a majority of the males are there in the public sector who just want to set aside the modesty of the said female in question as a output targeted area of the vulnerable challenges or vulnerabilities. And meanwhile, we have observed such fluctuations of the humans neglected male dominant societies in the Middle East countries, and I'm surprised as always up till now that during the continuations of the years, the majority groups of the males, it is not about the Pakistan territory or India territory or Middle East countries. A lot of the subdivisional areas of the major cities of the both countries, Indians and states and Pakistani states, they don't understand the neglected committed visions of the females' rights in the Pakistan, India. Multilateral agreements must be developed under the humanitarian laws as to developed by lateral treaty as well among the both countries, as to treat the female under the human existential area of the post-traumatic area of intellectual understandings. Yes, if the both countries are not willing to acknowledge that they have produced females, and now it is their duty to provide the reliable rights to the said females in connection with the affairs of the federating units or the confederating units. Yes, there is no outer area or outer person who shall render the services to safeguard the respect and dignity of the said females in question, which have produced out of the vulnerabilities, and we have to develop such social interpretations of the constitutional areas in the both countries. Likewise, the Pakistan and India has to develop a mechanism of social integrations to the non-reliable or the neglected females in the subdivisional areas of the both countries, India and Pakistan, so that the both will prosper furthermore into the social areas of the intellectual thoughts of the human existential post-traumatic disorders of the said females. The 75% of the females under the Research Analyst Report Act 2011, I have read the section 3 of the said federal statute, that the females were not provided the due credible rights, and that's why the lot of females have become beggars in the public sectors. Such females want to an output food package out of the begging in the public sector, and there is no reliable way of providing the acknowledgement receipts of the food shelter into the Ramazan areas of existential area. So the measurable transactions of the said females in question had become an output remaining areas to the remainder groups of the male dominant societies, and in meanwhile a lot of the males, they have targeted their females into the non-reliability of the fiscal transactions, non-transitional as well as the transitional challenges so far under the constitutional areas of the Article 199. When we observe the constructive battles under the Article 199 in the major parts of the Lahore divisions, a lot of the cases become output remaining areas of the constitutional dictum with effect to the Article 199, along with the Article 183 of the Constitution of the 1973, that a lot of the series of the females have become abandoned by their coast neglected relatives in interest in order to bypass the modesty of the said females. And the second question appears to be the targeted one, that the females have no question of marriage under the scientific resolved methods of the equitable entrustment committees in the Pakistan, India, both countries, reciprocating to each other because of the non-availability of the proper male groomed solicitation services. And we have observed and witnessed a lot of the challenges of the said females in questions. Such females want to abide by the customs of the Muslim Sunnah and Sharia, but unfortunately such females would not or could not be provided such right because of the failures of the state institutions or the reciprocating areas of the non-reliability of the targeted homosexual challenges, conjugal relationships failure, restitutions of the conjugal rights appears to be the targeted outstanding questions of the constitutional Article 199 so far. So what we are observing as a constitutional observant in interest, while be a predecessor in interest of the civil litigations or the constitutional litigations in the Pakistan, India or other country reciprocating to the Middle East states, that the humans, they have become so absorbed by their own thoughts that they don't know what's going around to their society. A lot of the males, they have become so self-centered that if anyone dies in the intestate positions or up in a position where from no one cares for no one. Yes, this is the state of a mind when it applies to the right of the female in question, who is not subjected with any predecessor in interest in connection with the affairs of the property of the said females in question. And that's why the lot of the females dies outside the sidewalks of the main link roads of the Lahore city, Karachi and other cities. And now a new challenge have become in the public sector, that a lot of the majority of such neglected females have charged with the open offenses of the manipulated to the males to the moderation lines of the assessment because of the having no proper package of the food inspections for their nighttime or daytime, and somehow such females become subjected with the over narcotic processed drug intakes. Meanwhile, as to the over rotations of such abandonment area of their own civil societies or Muslim society or other Hindu society. So we are not willing to address such questions as to modify the self generations or the well narrative momentum of the Shariat of the Islamic verses, because we have to interpret the Islamic verses according to the need of the time, according to the spur of the moment and according to the customs of the Sunnah. Yes, these things should be applied as to the need of the hour. Yes, according to the science with the Muslim Sharia. Both the science with the Muslim Sharia will be cost effective to the respect, to safeguard the respect of the females and to maintain the cycle on with the male dominant societies as to make a wedlock to be a very successful one. Otherwise, we are facing such neglected humans in such society. So there must be a lot of the challenges and we should take care of these things. Stay blessed.